Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform or pause and reflect. An honest man in politics shines more than he would elsewhere. I am very glad to sign the petition, but I am in terror lest I should be asked to do something, for I don't do anything now but rest after 73 years of activity. Stand back, you will be wanting to go to war next. We will let you teach school as much as you want to, and we will pay you half wages for it too. But beware, we don't want you to crowd us too much. A successful book is not made of what is in it, but what is left out of it. It is so unsatisfactory to read a noble passage and have no one you love at hand to share the happiness with you. It's a classic, something that everybody wants to have read and nobody wants to read. When you catch an adjective, kill it. If you wish to inflict a heartless and malignant punishment upon a young person, pledge him to keep a journal a year. An author values a compliment even when it comes from a source of doubtful competency. I have been an author for 20 years and an ass for 55. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. There is more real pleasure to be gotten out of a malicious act where your heart is in it than out of 30 acts of a nobler sort. Nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. That desire which is in us all to better other people's condition by having them think as we think. If everybody was satisfied with himself, there would be no heroes. Always obey your parents when they are present. Familiarity breeds contempt and children. You ought never to sass old people unless they sass you first. You should never do anything wicked and lay it on your brother when it is just as convenient to lay it on some other boy. It is good to obey all the rules when you're young, so you'll have the strength to break them when you're old. Arguments are unsafe with wives because they examine them, but they do not examine compliments. Marriage, yes, it is the supreme felicity of life. I concede it, and it is also the supreme tragedy of life. The deeper the love, the surer the tragedy, and the more disconsolating when it comes. There are 3 things which I consider excellent advice. First, don't smoke to excess. Second, don't drink to excess. Third, don't marry to excess. Twins amount to a permanent riot, and there ain't any real difference between triplets and an insurrection. A baby is an inestimable blessing and brother. To be good is noble, but to show others how to be good is nobler and no trouble. When angry, count 4. When very angry, swear. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Never allow someone to be your priority while allowing yourself to be their option. We should be careful to get out of an experience only the wisdom that is in it, And stop there, lest we will be like the cat that sits down on a hot stove lid. She will never sit down on a hot stove lid again, and that is well, but also she will never sit down on a cold one anymore. Facts, or what a man believes to be facts, are always delightful. Get your facts first, and then you can distort him as much as you please. Let us be thankful for the fools, but for them the rest of us could not succeed. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. It is by the goodness of God that in our country we have those three unspeakably precious things: freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and the prudence never to practice either of them. The holy passion of friendship is of so sweet and steady and loyal and enduring a nature that will last through a whole lifetime, if not asked to lend money. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and a man. Habit is habit, and not to be flung out of the window by any man, but coaxed downstairs a step at a time. The secret source of humor itself is not joy, but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. A coin, sleeve button, or a collar button dropped in a bedroom will hide itself and be hard to find. A handkerchief in bed can't be found. One of the most striking differences between a cat and a lie is that a cat has only 9 lives. Ain't we got all the fools in town on our side, and ain't that a big enough majority in any town? Good breeding consists in concealing how much we think of ourselves and how little we think of the other person. There are 2 times in a man's life when he should not speculate: when he can't afford it and when he can. It were not the best that we should all think alike. It is difference of opinion that makes horse racers. Have a place for everything and keep the thing somewhere else. This is not advice, it is merely custom. What a good thing Adam had. When he said a good thing, he knew nobody had said it before. Man is the only animal that blushes, or needs to. There are several good protections against temptations, but the surest is cowardice. Always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest. It is not immoral to create the human species, with or without ceremony. The law of God, as quite plainly expressed in woman's construction, is this: there shall be no limit put upon your intercourse with the other sex sexually at any time of life. One of life's most overvalued pleasures is sexual intercourse. Of one of life's least appreciated pleasures in defecation. To refuse an award is another way of accepting them with more noise than is normal. The rule is perfect. In all matters of opinion, our adversaries are insane. Everything has its limit. Iron ore cannot be educated into gold. Laws control the lesser man. Right conduct controls the greater one. It's easier to stay out than get out. All you need in this is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. Do the right thing, it will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it's because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence. Let us endeavor so to live that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.